Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with American Vineyard Magazine, reporting to you here today with John Aguirre, President of the California Association of Winegrape Growers. We're here at their annual summer conference. It's been a great couple of meetings here, and I wanted to talk with John specifically about the smoke exposure that has impacted the industry over the last couple of years, and the recent announcement for some federal aid as well as funding for some research. I know CAWG's been working really hard at trying to get that, because it was a pretty severe impact the last couple of years, and wildfires just don't seem to stop happening.
Unfortunately, it's a new reality that we need to be concerned about these risks, and that's just a fact in fire country. But we've seen in the last few years some real issues that expose some weaknesses, if you will, in how we assess risks, how we buy wine grapes, how we respond to smoke exposure risks. So last year, growers in Lake and Mendocino County experienced very significant losses because wineries are extremely conservative when it comes to smoke exposure. And they want to make sure that consumers aren't buying wines with smoke exposure flavors. So as a consequence, and because we lack a sufficient scientific understanding, wineries rejected a lot of fruit, and that had a big impact on growers. So it's important that those growers have access to crop insurance, but also Congress passed a disaster assistance bill that provides assistance to growers who were affected by wildfires last year, flooding in the Midwest, affected by hurricanes in the Southeast. And Congress passed that bill, the President signed it. Now the U.S. Department of Agriculture needs to go through a rulemaking process so that they can offer assistance through what's called the Wildfire and Hurricanes Indemnity Program, WIP. And that WIP program was in effect for losses incurred in 2017, and now it will return to be available for growers who suffered losses in 2018. And what that means is, if you have crop insurance and you received an indemnity payment, you'll have an opportunity to receive an additional indemnity payment under this disaster assistance program. If you didn't have crop insurance, you can still get disaster assistance, but it'll be at a lower overall rate than what you would have had were you to have been able to make a claim on under crop insurance. So Representative Mike Thompson here from the North Coast was very important to helping get us these dollars and to get this disaster assistance package passed. We're also working on a very important issue, and that is improving scientific knowledge around smoke exposure. So wineries and growers, we lack the knowledge and the tools to really understand how much smoke exposure creates a problem in terms of wine quality, what levels of compounds in the grapes are going to cause a problem, how long does the exposure need to occur, and what can be done when a problem's identified to either help fix it, minimize it in the vineyard, or to do so in the winery. And because of all this uncertainty, wineries are going to behave very conservatively, and ultimately, we fear, reject more fruit than they need to. And that, of course, that harms growers. And it's disruptive to wineries who need that fruit. So we need research. And just recently, the House of Representatives passed a bill to make $1.5 million available for smoke exposure research. That's not enough. We're going to be pushing for $5 million, which we asked for in the House. They came in short, but we're going to push very hard to try to get the full $5 million in funding in the U.S. Senate. So we're working with colleagues in Oregon and Washington, and CAWG's also working with the Wine Institute to make this happen.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the efforts of the California Association of Winegrape Growers and those other organizations that you're working with to make this happen. Because I don't think without you guys we could have received this. How devastating it can be. You know, all season you're working to get your crop and get some good yields, and then for it to just be gone like that, or be rejected after all that work. So our hearts go out to those that have been affected, and we're so grateful again for the help that we're getting now, and will in the future. So thank you for all that you do. Read more about these things in American Vineyard Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.